Joining us to discuss this is Mahendra Siregar. He is chairman of Indonesia's Investment Coordinating Board. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, sir. Now, just to start off, first of all, with have you seen any evidence of reluctance on the part of foreigners to invest in Indonesia, given the sort of grey area we're in?
Well, it's too early to say on that, but of course we have to make a distinction between the portfolio or capital investors and the one that looks more focused on the direct investment. I'm more responsible on the second one, which I think the investors are very bullish, and they have been expecting that once the election is done, then they will materialize, they will implement many of their investment plan. And so far, the message that I hear from them is quite consistent.
Well, let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. Is there a particular candidate which would be better for foreign investment there than the other?
Well, again, for foreign investment, they are looking more on the fundamentals of the economy and the mid to long-term stability. And on that, I think, regardless the winner of the election, the fundamentals of Indonesia are strong and solid, based on the strong economic performance as well as strong consumers-driven growth. But now that has been also transformed into investment-driven economy. That is one. And then the second one is, of course, macroeconomic stability. We have experienced quite a challenging situation last year, but now it's improved. But what is more important for them is to see the next president, the next government, would be able to address the structural issues of Indonesia, which I think many of us know very clearly. Among others is, of course, infrastructure investment, and then how to get rid of fuel subsidy. And another one I think is important for direct investors is how to improve the overall industrial relations in Indonesia, which make it more competitive.
This is the problem, though. You can attract the money for infrastructure spending from abroad, but the trouble is, how do you spend it, given the difficulties in actually getting permission to make railways, roads, etc.?
Well, yes, I would not say it is not without a challenge, but if you look at the more recent episodes, I can show and indicate some success in the infrastructure and investment stories. We have been able to now connect the whole Jakarta to Surabaya with the double tracking system of the railway, and then we have been able now to progress with the new port here in Jakarta, which will triple the capacity of the port. But then again, you're right, to a certain extent, the outlet road from that port is still something we have to address, the issue on land procurement. But that happens, and I don't think it should be perceived as creating uncertainty. It should be perceived as the persistence of the government and the authorities to address even the most challenging situation. And I think that's a realistic view on overall Indonesian investment.
Well, yes, also investment needed in some of the commodities businesses there as well. And looking at that too, you have a task, though, here at hand, which is to attract this money, get the plans laid out for you in a cohesive and coherent manner to make everything more sustainable. Isn't that right?
That's correct, in a way that investors, business communities, and analysts now try to understand Indonesia better. They invest in the expertise, the resources to understand the technical, the micro issues that happen in Indonesia. I think this is the best way to proceed with its investment in Indonesia. Indonesia is not a big bang kind of success story. It's day-to-day, nitty-gritty, detailed issues that need to be addressed. And I think at the end of the day, this is what would be faced by the incoming new government. It's not just the euphoria of the election. It is the aftermath when they really sit in the office and address this issue day in, day out, and then how that would be transformed in the country as large as Indonesia. I think that's the message, and that's what people would like to give the mandate to the new government. And I am happy. So far, so good with the process, calm and peaceful. But of course, now we have to wait for the official result.
Absolutely, and that's on the 21st or 22nd or thereabouts. Mahendra Siregar, thank you so much for joining us.